Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our reflection, Suhi Mahalla Panjwa, Amrit Bachan Sadh ki Bani, Jo jo jape tiski gat hove, har har naam nit rasan bakhani. Rahao. The fifth Nanak in this composition frames spiritual awakening as an act of recalibration, sonic and cognitive recalibration. Because if you view the mind as an instrument that is overwhelmed by the ambient noise of daily existence, the Sabad introduces that singular non-decaying frequency of wisdom as an active harmonic remedy. Remember, we are dealing with sound, sabad. So by shifting attention away from ego-driven static and continuously sounding the core vibration of reality in the company of the attuned collective, we shall see what that all means. So our scattered internal registers are cleared, quieted, and brought into steady state alignment with our source. So, Amrit Bachan Sadh ki Bani, the Bani, the utterance of the Sadh. The Sadh is an awakened mind, but it is also used in Bani as a collective. So if we look at it in terms of ourselves, it is our centered collective where we are integrated. So the utterance that comes from there is undying. Amrit, because it is undying, it is an elixir. Jo jo japa, whoever attunes and sounds this vibratory naam realizes an unconstrained state. Jo jo japa, tiski gat hove. How is that done? Har har naam nit rasan bakhani. By giving continuous voice, rasan, to this fundamental naam, this fundamental frequency, if you will, of the infinite. It's like tuning with a fork to a frequency where the sad is the tuning fork. So the Bani that emerges from a source that is aligned, the sad, as we said, is Amrit because it does not degrade. It is Amrit because it carries pure harmonic structure of the origin. It nourishes Amrit in that sense. And Jojo Japa, Japana is actively sounding. It is iterative. It's locking consciousness into this Nam. And Gati is the resulting order, the resulting state, dynamic flow. Gati is to move. Freedom from static inertia, freedom from resistance, from dissonance. That is what happens. And Har Har Naam Nit Rasan Bakhani. Rasan, the vocal apparatus becomes the transducer. So you're articulating the resonant pulse of Har to the local instrument. So you see, you come into resonance with the master carrier. कली काल के बेटे कलेसा एको नाम मन में है परवेसा. This is the following stanza. कली काल के बेटे कलेसा. The noise and frictions of dissonance. Kali Kal is the age of dissonance, meaning that is the default state of the ego mind. But by attuning yourself to Nam, you cancel out this inner friction. Eko Nam man mahe parvesa. Eko Nam, unified code, enters and saturates the interior space of the mind. Kaljug, of course, represents a state of high entropy, if you will, discordant frequencies, mental agitations, systemic friction. That is really the state of this instrument. An eko nam, singular reference. It's like resonating with that pitch, that fundamental pitch. You get rid of all the chaotic noise within. साधु तूर मुख मस्तक लाई नानक उद्धरे हर गुर सरणाई. Nanak has been restored through receptive surrender at the threshold of the enlightener's field. Gur Saranai and Sadhu Tur Mukhamastak, applying the imprint, the tur, the dust of that center, that centered mind, the Guru, to your perception. So the dust of the feet, the humblest, most direct physical imprint of those whose lives are anchored in this harmonic center. Applying it to the forehead symbolizes grounding, the seat of judgment. So moving into saran is settling into the open, responsive interface. The instrument, the ego, does not claim to generate its own light. It rests in complete alignment with the guiding residence of the Guru. So we know that our daily environment is full of noise. You could call it high entropy noise, distortions, anxieties, conflicting signals that pull the mind out of tune. Because the mind is an instrument of sound, of sabad. So it is out of tune. Bani is not mere text, but an active, restorative frequency. When you read Bani, attuned to it, you're restoring the frequency of the original. So by repeatedly sounding, internalizing Nam, which Bani is operating at, this ambient friction of the world within the mind is neutralized. And you're now grounded in the company of those who hold to the true pitch. So you recalibrate the mind, you quieten it, you bring it back into harmonious alignment with the whole. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.